Welcome to Positive Atheism English Channel. Today in our program, My Life with Gora, an autobiography of Srimati Saraswati Gora, an atheist. I am going to continue the chapter Satyagrahas and Jails from where I have left in the last episode. In the beginning of 1942, two youth notably came to visit Gora. The first was Dasu Ramaswami and the second Kale Nageshwar Rao. The latter changed his name to Kana and became known only by that name. Dasu Ramaswami hailed from Nagavarpadu near Gudivada. Even though he was trampled by poverty and untouchability, the boy Ramaswami had an intense urge to become well educated. Even before Mahatma Gandhi returned to India from South Africa, Guduri Ramachandra Rao ran a free hostel in the name of Sevashram to provide opportunities for poor Harijans and other backward caste students. Later he went to Madras and studied intermediate and BSc chemistry. In his BSc, he came first class and was awarded a gold medal. In 1940, when the silver jubilee of the Andhra Mahasabha was celebrated, Gora was invited to speak in it on atheism. But some members came in the way of his speaking. Finally, Tanguturi Prakasam, Bulsu Sambamurthy and others intervened and warned that if Gora was not allowed to speak on atheism, it would only betray theist intolerance and fanaticism, but not a spirit of inquiry into truth. Then Ramaswamy and some other students from Krishna and Guntur districts stood behind Gora and insisted that Gora should be allowed to speak. Ramaswamy also arranged for Gora's lectures on atheism in various student hostels in the Madras region. The acquaintance which started thus led him to be close to Gora. As he well understood Gora's opposition to casteism and untouchability, he carried on with the approval of religion and atheism and Gora's effort to construct a new society free of caste and blind belief and based on wisdom. He decided that as soon as he finished his university education, he would work with Gora. Meanwhile, he visited Mudunuru whenever he came to Nagarappadu. Although he has inclined more towards Mahatma Gandhi and independence, the followers of Ambedkar in Andhra tried hard to divert him to Ambedkar's way. They pressured him by saying that they would send him to England to become an ICS, which means Indian Civil Service Officer. But after his BSc, Ramaswamy wanted to go to Lucknow University to study MSc in chemistry. On his way to Lucknow, he stopped in Wardha, went to Sevagram and met Gandhiji. I think it was in April and May 1942, Gandhiji told him, "You can do studies anytime, but first work for your country." Thanks to the influence of Gandhiji's advice, he discontinued his journey to Lucknow. However, Gandhiji asked Ramaswamy to stay in Sevagram ashram. Ramaswamy didn't agree with that, but said he would go to Mudunuru and work with Gora. Gandhiji was quite surprised. Ramaswamy explained to Gandhiji about atheism, which he was attracted to, about castelessness and removal of untouchability, and about Gora's activities in those areas. Gandhiji encouraged Ramaswamy to go to Mudunuru and asked him to keep him informed of the activities there. That was how Ramaswamy came to Mudunuru and became a member of the Atheist Center. The second person mentioned above, Kale Nageshwar Rao, hailed from the East Godavari district. When he settled in Kakinada, he became the classmate of my younger brother-in-law Sambasiva Rao. So, he visited my in-laws' home often. He was influenced by Gora's ideas while still in high school. He was one of the organizers who had arranged for Gora's lectures on atheism in the Ishvara Library in Kakinada. As a student, he was quite attracted to the communist movement in Kakinada. However, as he made himself an uncompromising man regarding atheism and castelessness, he decided to come to Mudunuru and work in the Atheist Center. He changed his name to Kana only after coming to Mudunuru. When Gora started the school in the Atheist Center in June 1942, Ramaswamy and Kana assumed primary responsibility along with Gora. With these, Mudunuru Surya Prakasa Rao, his brother Krishna Rao, Tummala Challaya, Vamana Rao, Dondapati Sivaramakrishna, who had later founded the Kavita Mandali, which means the Poet Circle, and presented to the Telugu readers Sarath's writings regularly, and his wife Sekuntala Devi, Tummala Gopalakrishnaya, Chaparala Venkata Narayana, all of whom belonged to the neighboring villages, all worked in the school as teachers. Chaparala Satyanarayana was acting as a headmaster in Godlavallero High School and was reputed as a good teacher. He resigned his job there and assumed the job of the headmaster in the school in the Atheist Center. We also ran a hostel for the benefit of the students coming from other villages. I took the responsibility. Ravi Arjun Rao, who came from Vanapamala, assisted me in managing the hostel. Arjun Rao, who got trained in the adult social school run by Gora, since then became close to Gora. He shared with me equally the jobs of cooking and serving food. In our efforts to achieve social equality, the fact that Arjun Rao and I work together is noteworthy. And from here, I shall read out to you in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English Channel, presented by Samaram channel, which has 21 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos. And for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.